let's just start this shit.
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm so genuinely pissed on several subjects. We'll start with the obvious one, but let me in.
All right,
I need to see
All right, let's
this.
get you in here first. Let's get you into it.
My stream title is what I put in Discord, by the way.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
I thought about it too, but mine was gonna be way more.
I am so like I've never been more ashamed to have once been part of a fandom.
Yeah.
Like full on boycott Nintendo. 100% don't buy anything they make, people. They are raising game prices. They are going after smaller game makers for making anything close to their products. Do not support Nintendo. I'm gonna clip this. I'm putting this on my short. This is gonna be what revives my like short uploads, because I was gonna do that in like the in-betweens of next week as like my decompression from finals. Fucking do not support Nintendo, people. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So let's provide some details.
No, give me 2 seconds. Hold on, let me get in. Because I've got one on my team. In fact, it was one of my favorites purely because of what it did.
Yep.
And you know what else I don't have?
We can make you a glider. I don't have the highest tier one, but to have the one like the highest beam gets you right now.
I can't use Kilimori.
Oh yeah, we can. Where's
so if you don't know,
let's get your thing built first. Let's get this.
Pal World created an update due to the legal litigations and the sue from Pokemon. Because one of the things that, and I know exactly which one it was. It is the
Your glider's done.
Not just. Oh, what, my glider is what made? You made it? Where is it?
It's a thing. Right here in the thing. There you go.
Whatever. So Pal World made it. Sorry, Pokemon made it. Pokemon made a patent that you cannot have a feature where you seamlessly summon a creature that you are then mounted on. Now, most of Pal World does not apply to this.
Nope.
Because every one of your creatures you have to summon and then get on. And this is also the case for most MMOs. Most MMOs use, like, in Final Fantasy, they have the whistle. You have to stand there for a few seconds before you can summon. The same thing applies to Temtem. Temtem also does not just suddenly put you on a mount. You stand there for a second summoning it. It is not instantaneous. It is not seamless. Unfortunately, the gliders counted. So, Kilimari, Galeclaw, Celeray, Hangyu, and technically Shadow Hangyu, whatever, the same one. Those 5 pals technically counted as seamless mounts, and were debatably falling under that, were debatably falling under that patent. Now, I'm sure there are plenty, dozens of other games that do seamless mount summoning. You push a button and you get a mount.
Yeah, Arc does it.
Arc does seamless?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're literally just, like, mid something else and then suddenly you have a mount?
I believe so, yeah.
So, there are dozens of other games. There are dozens of other games that do the same thing. So again, they are protesting the validity of these patents, which is what they've been doing this whole fucking time. Oh my god, I hate it. So they're protesting the validity of these patents, which is what they've been doing the whole fucking time.
Yeah, and that's why, like, for example, Art. There's a dinosaur in that game where it's either with you the whole time or something like that, where you can literally glide, not fly, glide across. You start at a high area, you glide all the way where you want to go.
Yeah. So, like, there are dozens of other games that probably have this feature, so that's why they're fighting against the validity of these patents, and why are they only using them on Palworld when they exist in other games, which is a fair fight to have. However, as long as Pokemon continues to hold their ground, their little cease and desist could make things difficult if they just stay the course, which is why they've chosen not to stay the course, which really sucks. Like,
Yeah.
talk about one of the earliest, like, advertised features was literally you hanging off of a Gale Claw shooting something with an AK. Like, Gale Claw was, like, the pinnacle of what Palworld was going to be when it was done with early access, you know? And now you can't do it. Now, all of the hang glider pals instead give you a boost to your pre-existing hang glider. And I need to test something real quick. Can you make me, like, do you have, like, the default hang glider unlocked?
Yeah.
Can you make me the default hang glider? Hold on, I need to... have a bunch of shit in the inventory. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, like, because here's the thing that I when I looked it up, this is what somebody said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that there's a difference, because this is with the Mega Glider, and I make it all the way to the wall, right here, right? Right in line with the wall. This is with the Mega Glider. Where's the hang glider? I know I have it in my inventory. Here it is. There is no difference. So it's literally the same as if I just had the PAL equipped. The PAL completely overwrites the stats of the glider, as if you were just using the PAL with the hang glider. You just have to have a hang glider now. At that point, I might as well use the normal parachute, because it's half the fucking weight of a better parachute.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, the only thing they did was they got rid of the monster. It's now just a parachute. It still does the exact same thing that it has always done, and it pisses me off. Oh, the fucking base is starving to death. Just, oh god, and people are still defending this.
Yep.
Can you Arceus is clearly the game where they're just like, yeah, we Pokemon use seamless mounting. Absolutely we do. Fucking in Arceus. And only in Arceus. And you know what? I honestly do not believe that it's going to be in the new Pokemon Legends, unless you're counting the fucking, the Rotom phone bullshit. Because that wouldn't put it past me. Like, yeah, we've used it in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We've used it in... No, you didn't. You didn't use it in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, unless you're counting the Rotom phone. Because I don't think that the bike wasn't seamless.
No.
Maybe it was.
And it wasn't really flying when it was... I mean, they had the flying mode, but it was most of the time it was just
it's not about flying. It is about seamless to be mounted on a creature. It's not about flying. Like, that is what the lawsuit is about, is can you seamlessly get onto the back of a creature? Not the back of a creature, sorry. Again, wording is very important. Can you seamlessly use a creature for transport? So, riding underneath one, like the fucking Pokemon Legends Arceus hang glider, that counts. Just, it's all just so unbelievably stupid.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, at least the game is still here. 'Cause, like...
Yeah.
Like, it could be worse. They could have the game shut down until things... Like the judge could literally say, no, I support I support Pikachu's claim to shut down the entire fucking video game until all things are settled. And then Pal World would just be shit out of luck because fucking Pikachu said no. That's what Pikachu says. That's what Pikachu sounds like.
Like Eric is, and that's why Power. I'm sorry. That's the Pocket.
Pocket Bear.
Pocket Pair is bringing all these other games up, like so. Why didn't go after them?
Yeah, exactly. And that is a absolutely valid argument, and is honestly their best defense against what Pokemon is saying.
Because keep in mind, all of this is happening in Japan.
Yeah, it has to happen in Japan because they're
both Japanese now. Because I believe the developers of Ark, I think they're an American developer team.
Yeah, and
it would take if the American Nintendo America, to go up against that. And I don't think they were gonna do that.
No, they're not going to. They're not going to. Because
they knew they would never win it.
Yeah, they'd almost definitely lose that battle. They're going to get as much ground as they're getting purely because it's Pokemon in Japan. Like that's just kind of the answer. And I mean, even in America, they might get some favoritism, considering that the opposite is Pokemon with guns, quote unquote, which, 50-50 on whether or not you get a judge that downright hates that. But I mean, just like, and it would be another thing if Pokemon was stepping up to the challenge, But they're not. I've seen Pokemon AZ. I've seen the quote unquote not finished gameplay trailers. No, that's a done game. That's a game that's coming out later this year. That's done. It looks like absolute shit. It looks as bad as the last several games on the Switch have looked. And anyone who says otherwise is squinting at it. Because it's Pokemon. Like, wake up. They're gonna charge you $90 for this fucking garbage heap of a game. So, like, genuinely upset. I have a fucking Pokemon poster in my room. It's pissing me off. I don't want to take it down.
Rip it down. Rip it down. Rip it down.
No, I put it up there with, like, spikes. It's gonna put a hole in the wall that I'm not ready to fix. I used pins because I was an idiot kid when I did it. I was, like, 14 when I did it. It's got all the megas on it because megas, like, that was the next big thing. And, what was gonna be the next megas? Man, dude, can you, like, they expand upon megas? Oh my gosh, like, every Pokemon's gonna get, like, every major Pokemon's gonna get a new Mega Evolution. Every generation there'll be, like, another 10 Megas that come out. Isn't that gonna be cool? This is 2014 Remy talking.
No.
I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of the world. Because video games are what I do to get away from the world. And the world just says, I don't like how you're video gaming. I'm gonna un-video game your video games.
Yep.
So what, are we back on the grind set? What's happening here?
Pretty much.
Dope.
I mean, yeah, I gotta make ammo to make a new gun.
I need spheres.
I need to make ammo for a lot of different things. To prove that we're not kind of making this stuff, so Power tweeted, I believe yesterday.
I mean, how am I making this up? I literally just tried to use my pal as a glider.
Right. Because they were making changes way before this. Like, this is not the first change that they did.
No, the first change was the fact that you could no longer summon your pal at your side. Like, you could no longer throw out the ball to summon it. Now it's always at your side. Which also, lost the mechanic where you could assign your pal to something. Now you just kind of stand next to something and pray that your pal is assigned to it. Which it isn't always.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
So yeah, so the first change, and this was something a lot of the community by itself were put slowly piecing together with all these changes until Power came out and said, "Hey, here's why the changes are being made." So they start off with says regarding the lawsuit changes to Power World and the future. We would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation for the continued support of our fans for the past few months. We apologize for not being able to share as much information as we would like, but we would trust our fans understand how difficult it is fully transparent while litigation is going on. So what that means with a lawsuit like this going on, there's only so much they're allowed to share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's for any court.
Yeah, that happens. That doesn't matter what country you're in. If there's a lawsuit actively happening, you can't just be like, okay, so here's what's going on with us. Like, no, you gotta like.
It has to go through their lawyers, and the lawyer says, okay, you can say this, or this. There's a lot of lawyers speak.
A lot of red tape.
Yeah, a lot of lawyers speak. This way to put it. Currently, we remain involved in a prolonged legal proceedings regarding the alleged patent infringement. We continue to dispute these claims and assert the invalidity of the patents in question. However, we have to make certain compromises in order to avoid disruptions to development and distribution of Power. So they're really trying to fight and then only now just able to grab different games to use as their reference to be like, well, why didn't you go after them?
Mm-hmm.
They had to get permission from the developers.
Oh yeah.
So that's gonna probably be brought up in where next year.
I mean, for some of the things that they have used as examples, many of them are games that have had mods that went viral that literally used Pokemon. Like, if you're so obsessive about this brand, why have you not gone after the number of mods that have your Pokemon killing people in GTA?
Yeah.
Like, because that's a thing that went viral and never got taken down.
And the other biggest thing, like, with Minecraft, then there was Pixelmon.
Yeah. The moment they heard someone was making money off of that shit, nope.
But then somebody else was like, hey, we're gonna bring this back.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Nintendo.
Nobody. Yeah, nobody.
And then there's also the sister one called Cobblemon.
Cobblemon, yeah. That's a recent one, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty recent. But yeah, it's pretty recent. It's pretty new. It looks interesting. Anyways, this was the first change, and we couldn't. We had to like. Oh, excuse me.
Your brain ain't working.
The community had the idea that as soon as this change was made, it was something to do with the lawsuit. But they couldn't confirm. We couldn't confirm it.
Like, when did they update? Wait, which change?
On November 30th, 2024, released a patch version 0.3.11 for Power World. This patch removed the ability to summon pals by throwing pal swords and instead to change a static summon next to the player.
Yeah.
Several other game mechanics were also changed with this patch.
Yeah.
As many have speculated, these changes were indeed as a result of the ongoing litigation. Everyone here at Pocket was disappointed that this adjustment had to be made. We fully understand that many players feel the same frustration. Unfortunately, as the alternative would have been led to an even greater deterioration of the gameplay experience for players, it was determined that the change was necessary.
Yep.
Furthermore, we regret to inform players in that with the implement of patch version 0.5.5, we must make another compromise. From this patch onward, gliding will be formed when using a glider rather than the PALs. The PALs in a player's team will still provide passive buffs to the gliding, but players will now need to have a glider in their inventory to order the glide. We understand that will be disappointing for many, like Remy, just as it is for us, but we hope our fans understand these changes are necessary in order to prevent further disruptions to the development of Power World. We want to also continue to extend our apologies to our fans for the discomfort and concerns this ongoing list has caused. We remain committed to developing Power World and delivering exciting new content to our fans. On behalf of everyone at Pocket Bear and the team and Team Power World, thank you again for your continued support. Yeah, there's a lot of comments saying never buy another Nintendo product ever again.
Please don't. Honestly, this isn't a joke. Boycott Nintendo. This stopped being a joke like when the next Mario Kart game was gonna be fucking $20 above what the normal like game price of things are.
And you would think all those, I think people would stop, cancel their
No,
Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders.
not that many. Almost no drop in sales. Amazing. They're fucking cultists, man. I mean, in a way, I can't say shit, because I was. But, like, you know, at some point you just go so far that you realize that you're teetering over an edge. You know?
Your spheres are done, by the way.
Oh, yay.
It's just... And they're the people that think this is okay.
Yeah, there's an abundance of people that think this is okay. There's an abundance of people that see no problem in Power World going after Pokemon. There are an abundance of people that see no problem in an $80 game. Why am I not hitting this person? Caliber, you've attacked 3 times and dealt no damage. Please. Thank you.